Hi guys.
Hello. I have the dragon who is going crazy, so I'm gonna put it out.
Good morning, or good night, or good afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this video. Good midnight, good 1 a.m.
All right, guys, welcome back to Axoschools. We're going to be finishing up learning about the muscles and naming some of them today, too.
Yep, that's right. Today we have some muscle fun facts for you, and Krish and I will be teaching you 13 different muscles in your body.
And here's a random fact. Did you know that when you shiver, it's caused by hundreds of muscles just expanding and contracting in your body to make you move, creating warmth with the rubbing motion?
Whoa, that's crazy. Another fun fact for you. There are actually 17 muscles you use to smile and 43 to frown. So we might as well smile because it's a lot easier.
I'm using 17 muscles right now. Now using 43. The strongest muscle in our jaw is used for chewing.
Yeah, that's right. It's the strongest muscle based on its weight, and that muscle is called the masseter. With all the muscles of the jaw working together, it can close the teeth with a force as great as 55 pounds on the incisors, which are our front teeth, or 200 pounds on the molars, which are our back teeth.
I got a lot of molars in my mouth.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. The strongest muscle in relation to the job it has to do are the external eye muscles, which are large and about 100 times stronger than they actually need to be based on the size of the eyeball and the weight of the eyeball.
Speaking of strong muscles, the tongue has 8 muscles in it, so it is technically not the strongest muscle in the body, but pretty strong.
Yeah, it is. The longest muscle in our body is called the sartorius. It runs from the hip to the knee and helps us bend the knee and twist our leg. It's not one of the muscles we're learning about today, but it's a cool fact to know.
Since I told you about the smallest bone in the body, I'm also going to tell you about the smallest muscle in the body, which the smallest muscle in the body is also, just like the smallest bone, in your ear, and it is called the stapedius. And it is actually attached to the stapes, which is also the smallest bone in the body, which is in your ear.
Nice.
Crazy.
If you remember from yesterday, how many muscles are in our body?
650.
Yep.
Well, there's some debate about that. Most people agree that there are more than 640 skeletal muscles.
And Karosh, what is the main purpose of our muscles?
To keep our heart pumping, food running through our digestive tract, and to come out the other side, and to keep our bodies moving. And also, guess who has made a journey from one side of the camera
Oh, who made it over there?
to the other?
She must have used her muscles.
Teleportation.
She must have went through my room.
She's so sneaky and cute. All right.
Adorable.
You're so right, Karosh. Did you know that the word muscle is derived from the Latin term musculus, meaning little mouse? This Latin term could be due to the shape of some muscles or because muscles contracting under the skin can look like a mouse moving under a rug. I don't know.
It's a pretty funny thing to think about, actually. Karosh, do you remember what connects our muscles to our bones?
Tendons.
Yep, that's right. And there were 3 different types of muscles we went over yesterday.
Jeez.
Madonna, do you remember what they're called?
Yes. Cardiac is in your heart, skeletal muscle for the movement, and smooth muscle to digest your food.
Awesome job. So our skeletal muscles are striated. They have those stripes on them. They are voluntary muscles that control nearly every action a person intentionally performs. Tendons attach the muscle to 2 bones across the joint. As one muscle contracts, the other relaxes, which moves the bones.
You're right, Mandy. And skeletal muscle can be further broken down into 2 types. Type 1 is slow twitch muscles, and type 2 is fast twitch muscles.
So let's talk about those two different types of skeletal muscles. Let's start with type 1, okay? Those are our slow twitch fibers. Slow twitch muscles contain proteins that give it a rich red color. This muscle carries more oxygen and uses things like fats, proteins, or carbs as energy to keep it moving. If you're a marathon runner, you're going to use those slow twitch muscle fibers to contract and move yourself for the whole 26.2 miles. Slow twitch muscles are good for aerobic exercises. Aerobic means requiring oxygen. So when you do aerobic sports like running, biking, swimming, you're improving the efficiency of your cardiovascular system. That means your lungs and your heart and the blood vessels, and being able to get all of that oxygen you breathe in to the muscles that need them. So you're increasing your ability for the absorption and transport of oxygen throughout your body to those muscles when they need it.
Wow. We also have fast twitch muscles. Fast twitch, or our type 2 muscles, is wider in color as it has less myoglobin. Myoglobin carries oxygen, so these muscles have less oxygen in them. Fast twitch fibers contract quickly and powerfully, just like that. However, they fatigue rapidly. That means that our fast twitch muscles get us somewhere fast or complete an action quickly, like sprinting and weightlifting, but they will get tired really quickly. Fast twitch muscles are good for anaerobic exercise. Anaerobic means it does not require oxygen. Anaerobic means it does not require oxygen because a or an means without. So anaerobic is without oxygen. These exercises do not improve the efficiency of the body's cardiovascular system in absorbing and transporting oxygen to the rest of the body.
Wow, that's a lot. Who knew?
Yeah, but you got it. Another thing to note is that anaerobic exercises are exercises like sprinting or weightlifting. Those are things you're going to do really fast and exert a lot of energy, and then you're going to be fatiguing a lot quicker.
Review time. Just to review, cardiac muscle is an involuntary muscle, which means that we don't have to tell it to contract every time. It's only found in the heart, and it's responsible for keeping the heart pumping.
That's right. And cardiac muscle does the most work of any muscle over a lifetime.
I believe that. Smooth muscle is also an involuntary muscle. It is found in the walls of many organs and structures that have to do with digestion, such as the esophagus, stomach, and intestines, but it is also found in the bladder and blood vessels. Smooth muscles contract to move substances through the organs they are converting.
Wow. So last fact for you today. So our body weight is made up of, half of our body weight is made up of muscles. That's crazy to me.
Whoa.
Now we're going to teach you the names and the locations of some muscles.
Very nice. So I'm going to be saying the muscle, and then you guys are going to point to those muscles, and Danielle has some facts for us too.
Yeah.
All right. The first one is the masseter.
Right here.
The masseter runs from the temporal bone, which forms part of the sides and the base of the skull, to the lower jaw, which we know that bone is called the mandible. It lifts the lower jaw to close the mouth, and the masseter is the strongest muscle in your body.
Whoa. All right, deltoids.
The deltoids are the triangular muscles of the shoulder. The strongest point is the central section, which raises the arm sideways. The front and back parts of the muscles help you to be able to twist your arm.
Wow. Biceps brachii.
So I have the skeleton here because we don't have a muscle skeleton. So I'm just using the skeleton. So the biceps would be, if he had went like this part is his bicep. So right here.
Yeah. The biceps brachii runs from the shoulder to the elbow. It's attached to the shoulder blade, which we know is called the scapula, and extends along the front surface of the upper arm bone, which we know is called the humerus. When the bicep contracts, like Mandana said, it moves the arm to bend at the elbow.
So notice that humerus kind of sounds like the word humor. We call this area of the elbow the funny bone. And we all know it really hurts and it's never funny when you actually hit that.
Yeah.
Never funny.
It's a funny reaction that you get from it though, because no other muscle really feels like that.
True, and you get so tingly.
Very few.
Oh, you're right. It feels so weird. All right, next one is triceps brachii.
Okay, so the biceps is the top one. The triceps would be the bottom one. So it would be right here.
Yep, the triceps brachii is the muscle principally responsible for the extension of the elbow joint, which means the straightening of the arm.
Nice. Next one is the pectoral muscles.
Right here and here.
The pectoralis major is a large fan-shaped muscle. This muscle helps move the arm across the body.
Nice. Next one is rectus abdominus.
So because this is a skeleton, this part's empty, but it's right here. Your abs. Got abs.
Yep.
Exactly.
The abs are a paired muscle group running vertically on each side of the interior wall of the human abdomen. There are two parallel muscles separated by a midline band of connected tissue. So that's how you get all your definition.
Ah, six-pack. All right, next one is obliques.
Six-pack.
All right, obliques. Where are those, Kurosh?
Right here.
Yeah.
That's right. The obliques are actually two muscles. There's an internal oblique and an external oblique. They're located on the sides of the abdominals, and the obliques run from the hips to the rib cage. So all that empty space Mandana showed us for the rectus abdominis.
Nice. Trapezius.
So that would be in the back. So it's right here.
Yep. The trapezius muscle is a postural and active movement muscle. It's used to tilt and turn the head and neck, shrug, steady the shoulders, and twist the arms.
All right. The next one is the latissimus dorsi.
I think it's on your back. Is it on your back?
Yep, so it's the right underneath those traps. So your traps are more your upper ones, the latissimus dorsi go below that. And it's the largest muscle in the upper body. It's shaped like a triangle and helps you do things like pull-ups, Kurosh, and swimming, Mandy. And then for everybody, it also helps us with breathing, which we know is vitally important.
Yeah, that's essential. We got it. Yep. The next one is gluteus maximus.
Look at that booty. So it's your booty.
Yep. It's located in the buttocks and is regarded as one of the strongest muscles in the human body, actually. It's responsible for the movement of the hip and the thigh.
Like, I was practicing this backflip thing off of the swing, and I tried to do a double backflip, and I landed right on my gluteus maximus from like 10 or 11 feet in the air.
Ouch.
Ooh.
I didn't break anything, so it's pretty strong.
Good thing.
I feel it though.
Good thing it's strong.
That's what
Yeah,
happens
good thing
when you're
it's strong. We also have to sit on it, so I'm glad that it's cushy. Next question is quadriceps or quads.
Right here.
Yep.
The quads are located on the front of the thigh. The Latin translation of quadriceps is four-headed, and that group actually contains four separate muscles, but we're just going to refer to them as the quads.
All right, the next one is hamstrings, the hammies.
Yeah. So it's like, it's right here on this, but it's the back one. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So the quads are on the front of the thigh of our femur, because that's the bone that they're on top of. The hamstrings are on the back of the femur. And the hamstrings flex the knee joint. They're used for walking, running, and many other physical activities that we do.
All right, this next one is.
The dragon is eating my power cord.
That's not good.
Better stop her. Not good for anybody. Not good for you. Not good for her. Okay. The last one is really funny for me to say. I like it. It's gastrocnemius.
So she doesn't have any gastrocnemius because her body was not constructed correctly. Just, so the gastrocnemius is basically where this boat is. It's not the front, it's the back.
Yep. So it's your calf. It's the powerful muscle that runs down the back of the calf and terminates at the Achilles tendon, which is right on your ankle, the back of your ankle. The soleus muscle is another major calf muscle that is flat, and it actually lies underneath the gastrocnemius. And those muscles make up your really strong calves.
Nice. So we know that today you guys learned a ton of terms. There were a lot, right? And a lot at the beginning of the video as well. So if you have to rewatch to kind of refresh your memory, you can totally do that.
Yep, that's right. And linked below are Kahoot Games, crossword puzzles, worksheets, muscle songs, and more to help you practice and learn more about the muscular system. But that's all for us today. Does anybody want to add anything before we leave?
Well,
What's up, Mandana?
I just wanted to say, don't look at Blossom's body and be like, mine is the same as hers. Her body is not constructed correctly. I just used her as an example because some of her parts are the same as yours, but she ain't got no leg muscles. She got no feet either.
So Blossom doesn't exactly follow our anatomical model, does it? Not quite, but it was great. Piece of art. I love it. All right. We'll see you next time on Axoschools. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Which means bye in Farsi.
Bye.